Hi, Reggie. How you doing today?
Good, thanks.
Good, good. I'd like to start out first of all by just, talking with you a little bit, getting a chance to know you a little bit. I know just a tiny bit about why you're here, but I want to hear that from you. Is what's bringing you into this evaluation today?
Okay, yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So I work at this small company, this shipping and receiving company,
Mm-hmm.
and up until about a year ago or so, I was a supervisor, and then I was promoted to
Oh yeah.
assistant manager.
Mm-hmm.
But we it's a small company, so I don't really supervise a lot of people. And now I'm assistant manager, so I'm actually in charge of some of the supervisors, including where we have all of the shipping and receiving stuff, which is, we have a lot of boxes, they weigh different things.
Yeah,
And
sure.
we
Yeah.
have, and they're on these things called pallets, which are these
Mm-hmm.
big. So about 6 months ago or so, I was on one of the ladders, and I was trying to move some of the boxes, and I hurt my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I hurt it pretty bad. So I had to go to the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and so they put me on. Well, first they sent me to chiropractors,
Oh yeah.
and I was going to
Uh-huh.
these chiropractors, and they were making me bend and doing that.
Uh-huh.
Really was hurting me a lot.
Uh-huh.
So then they sent me to a different doctor, and they put me on these medication. That I was taking
Uh-huh.
this medication.
Uh-huh.
I think they were Percocets. I think,
Percocets.
yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And so I started taking those, and they were good. They were good for the pain, but
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I guess I'm not really like into drugs. I mean, I smoked a little weed,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I do drink sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that I was taking a lot of these pills,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
so, but they helped me with the pain. I mean,
Sure.
that's why I was taking them. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I had heard about
Mm-hmm.
Percocets and that kind of thing,
Mhm.
but I'm usually pretty faithful. When
Mhm.
doctors tell me to do things, I do what they tell me.
Mm-hmm. Well, your job, they didn't say you had to come here, but they said they strongly recommended that you come in. Was something going on at work?
Um, well, I told you I supervise some people now
Uh-huh.
also, and I guess I'm not as active as I was before because of the pain.
Uh-huh.
So, I sometimes the boxes are a little heavier. I don't know if really I became more afraid of the boxes, or the weight of the boxes, and maybe hurting my back even worse.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
so I guess sometimes I would take a little bit more of the medication because it helped.
Okay. Because I noticed you have changed in the last 6 months.
Yeah, I
You're
guess.
not as
I guess.
productive. Sometimes you're missing a little bit more work than you used to.
Yeah, that would happen. Mostly
Uh-huh.
on Mondays. I would miss Mondays
Uh-huh.
a lot.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. Has your use of your pain medicine affected any other parts of your life, like your family, your home life, recreation activities?
Well, I'm married, and I guess we argue.
Uh-huh.
We get into arguments sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Is that because of your using the medicine? Is it too much? Your wife saying she thinks you're maybe using too much medicine or not?
she's said that a couple of times, but I mean, she doesn't really know. How could she know? I mean, she's not. I'm the one in pain, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
makes it a little difficult sometimes. Yeah, she said that maybe. I don't even know why she's counting the pills.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's a prescription, right? It
Uh-huh.
can't be anything wrong with it. The doctor gave it to me.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about, if drugs or alcohol played a part in your family's life growing up? Is that something that?
Well, I don't think my parents ever smoked weed, or my father used to drink.
Mm-hmm.
My father drank.
A lot?
I mean, he didn't beat us up or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, he drank. I remember there would be people coming over on the weekends, and you know, a lot of times I remember Mom helping him to bed.
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
you know, my mom never used anything.
No.
And
So was your dad. Mhm.
yeah, but like he never smoked weed or anything
Uh-huh.
like that.
So his thing was alcohol.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he would drink. Yeah.
Okay. Any other stressors going on in your life?
Stressors.
Yeah. Any, financial?
Well, I'm worried.
Yeah.
I'm worried about losing my job.
Uh-huh.
I'm losing. You know, I've been worried now for, I guess, about a year now. You know,
Mhm.
6 months. I mean, I mean, I think that's why some of the people at work were, you know, because they saw that I wasn't moving. You know, we have to load these trucks sometimes.
Yeah, it's heavy work.
Yeah, sometimes, and I guess that's the problem. Sometimes you don't know that the boxes are heavy or not, but
Mhm.
there's a lot of them.
Mhm.
So, you know, now I supervise a lot more people,
Mhm.
and it's kind of stressful. I mean, I noticed that I'm drinking a little bit, you know, a little bit more than, you know, I'm like a beer guy. You know, I like my
Mhm.
buds. You know, I drink my buds on the weekends when I'm watching the game. But you know, I guess sometimes I'll drink a little bit of the hard stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I mean, I don't know if that's what you mean by stressors,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, I guess if you mean things that are like worrying me a lot, yeah, I guess maybe
that's
that.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
that is
Okay.
happening.
Um, Let me ask you, if there was, you know, a way to improve your life, where would you, or what would you like to do?
Well, the first thing I'd like to do is get rid of this back pain.
Get rid of the back pain. That would be
Yeah.
the primary thing.
I mean, I think, yeah, you know, they've suggested surgery,
Uh-huh.
but I've heard a lot of bad things about that,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just.
So they have
I'm worried.
suggested, they.
They've mentioned that that's
Your doctor.
that might be something I could do.
Uh-huh.
He called it an option. You know, he
Uh-huh.
said that I might, you know, one of the options might be to, but I don't know about that. And you know, we're worried about money. You know, money's
Mhm.
tight,
Mm-hmm.
and because of the back surgery, sometimes I'll pick up extra shifts, and I can't do that.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
You know, so I guess I worry about those things.
Okay. All right. So you've got some stressors, some financial stressors. Work has been more stressful ever since you've had your back injury. That hasn't improved. You've been taking a lot of medication for it, and that may be that sometimes you may be taking more than maybe the doctor has prescribed for you. You're not.
I guess I don't really like to admit that to myself, but I
Uh-huh.
do. I mean, I know that the pain seems to go away, especially if I take, sometimes I've taken 2 instead of 1.
I see. Okay.
And sometimes I'll take
Okay.
it and I'll drink. And, you know, a lot of people have told me that you can't do that.
Okay. Yeah.
But I gotta admit,
Yeah.
it feels kind of good to do it.
Mhm.
I mean, it takes care of the pain.
Mhm. On the weekends, do you drink more or less than you usually do during the week?
Well, because I'm not working, so I notice something's been happening to me.
Mhm.
I don't take as many of the pills,
Uh-huh.
or at least not in the beginning. I mean, the honest, if I wanted to be honest with myself, at the beginning I hardly took any in the weekends because I wasn't working, so my back wouldn't hurt as much.
Mhm.
But then I noticed that I started taking them, and the thing is that the more I've taken them, the more, I guess the problem for me is that I take them, and if I don't drink, I notice I gotta take another one, and another one, and
I see. So the drinking sort of helping.
well,
The-
the drinking, I can't drink during the week, like during the day because I'm working.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I guess I've started drinking a little earlier,
Uh-huh.
like on Saturdays. I'll,
Okay.
you know, maybe, but I mean, it's my day off, so
Yeah.
I'm not hurting anybody.
Okay. Okay. Here's what I'd like to do. I want to thank you for coming in. You've been, really forthcoming with me, and I appreciate that. Talking with someone you don't even know.
Well, thank you. No, I kind of feel good about doing it.
That's
because
great.
it, you
Yeah,
know,
because it's hard to do. It's hard to do.
well, it is, because it sort of makes you, like what you were asking me about Saturdays, I guess that makes you think about a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'd like to do right now is to ask you to take a questionnaire. It's called the SASI, Substance Abuse Subtle Screening Inventory. And it's going to help me help you to figure out, one, if you do have a problem with
Okay.
drugs and alcohol, and if you do, what we might do in terms of helping you with it. So you're gonna take it, and then I'm gonna give you the results of it, so that
Okay.
you don't, have to have any questions in your mind about what that all means. Would you be
Okay.
willing to do that?
Okay, but, I gotta get back to work, so I mean,
This won't take very long at all, 10-15 minutes. And, if you do need to get back to work, I can score it and have you come back next week. How's
okay,
that?
okay, if I can do that, because I'm worried about,
About the
I've
time,
gotta- yeah.
You gotta get back to work. That's
so
fine.
if
Why
I
don't we
come, I
do,
can come back.
why don't we do that? Why don't we have you come back next week? I'll give you the results, and then we can make a plan.
Okay, all right, I'm
Does
willing
that
to
sound
do that.
good? Okay.
Sure.
All right, great.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay, I'll see you next week.